Mark here. Y'all know how I do cookbooks, bring info. I want to just have like a practical conversation, right? Just some practical advice. Let me tell you this, folks. When you start, look, here's the thing. Not everybody can handle success, and not everybody's ready for success, and not everybody's meant to be successful. It's just reality. You know what I'm saying? Let me explain what I mean by that. People might say they want, they want a house or they want this car. But they don't understand to get that car, there's a maintenance that comes with that car. That car requires some form of maintenance. People might say their dream is to own a home. Okay, but do they understand what owning a home mean? Right? There's responsibilities for every blessing. I don't want to say curse because it's not a curse. For every blessing, there's a challenge that comes with that blessing. There's a responsibility that comes with that blessing. For everything that you want that's good, every good thing you want in life comes with I don't want to call it a curse because it's a responsibility that requires you to do something that's probably not pleasurable. You know what I'm saying? You get the pleasure of having this fancy car, but the maintenance ain't pleasurable. You get the pleasure, the vanity of owning this really nice a Bentley or something very luxurious, a Lincoln Town car, something very, very luxurious, but the maintenance don't feel the same way. You see what I'm saying? You know, you have to put a different kind of gas. You can't just use regular. You know what I'm saying? You got to use premium. So coming out of your pocket don't feel good, right? It does the same pleasure. The responsibility don't feel. The responsibility of having the vehicle doesn't feel pleasurable as parading the vehicle around town. Or you want this a certain kind of woman, and you want this picturesque type of woman. Okay, she's high maintenance. So you get the vanity gets satisfied. You get to walk around and prance around town with this gorgeous dime piece whatever type of a woman you have in your fancy. But her maintenance or the competitiveness, right? Because now you got every other guy wants her. So now she's going to get that big headedness like, oh, wait a minute, I don't have to stay with you. I got 10 other candidates, right? I got like 10, 15 other guys running for my office. So you're occupying my office right now, but make no mistake, there's like 10 other candidates that are qualified that are also running for the same office that you got. So if you slip up, you out of here because I got a whole bunch of other candidates qualified. So I say that to say, like, everything we want in life comes with its own challenge, its own burden, its own responsibility, its own, headache, so to speak. And that's why people got to be careful what they ask for and be ready for what you ask for. Because when you get it, understand it comes with a price. There's a cost. Know the price you're willing to pay before you pay. Again, know the price that you're willing to pay, right? Before you pay. Know what you're willing to pay. Know, calculate the cost. Know what it's going to cost you. Know, weigh your pros and your cons. Weigh make sure you understand. Okay, I want this house. I want this. I want that. Okay, it's going to require something of me. Am I willing to pay this price for that? You know what I'm saying? You got to do that. You have to think like that. So, also, with some more practical advice, understand this: the minute you start to rise above in life, get ready for the devils to come out. I'm gonna say that again. The minute you start climbing, the minute you start moving up, get ready for all kind of demons to come at you. The minute you start moving upward in life, the minute you start climbing out of a certain comfort zone, be prepared for all hell, all kind of spiritual attacks, all kind of demonic forces to come at you. It's just what people don't understand. Look, you cannot, with certain exceptions, you're born with a gold spoon, a silver spoon, a tablespoon, whatever kind of spoon. You're a trust fund baby. Your forefathers did it before you and left you with some kind of estate, right? So all you got to do is worry about estate taxes, but you ain't got to actually build nothing. You ain't got to fight and get your hands on. Those are the exception to the rules. Those are not the rule. The rule is this: if you want anything worthwhile out of this thing we call life, the minute you start to elevate, matter of fact, the minute you start thinking, the minute you get the idea for the ambition or your aspiration, The forces of darkness, if you will, has already the wheels of the forces of opposition has been set into motion the minute you got the idea. The minute you get the idea to say, you know what, I'm gonna change my life. The the opposite force to you changing your life has been set in motion. Why? Because we live in three-dimensional duality. Our universe is a universe of duality, and that duality is polarized, up and down, up and down. That's duality, three-dimensional duality. And not only is it duality, it's duality in opposition. So the minute you get an idea to go up, down already starts. You see how you see this is science here. This is science of how to sign. I'm going a little bit now. I'm not going to get too esoteric, but I'm just going to give you a little bit of science. The minute you get the idea to go up, the idea to go down simultaneously begins. And there's nothing you can do about that. Why? Because the universe exists, all states exist simultaneously. This is quantum mechanics, this is quantum physics, this is Einstein, this is Niels Bohr. They figured, these amazing minds, they figured this stuff out already. You can even go into the mystics, the mysticisms. The mystics already figured this stuff out. The spiritual gurus all know this. Every state, every possible state exists simultaneously. It's superimpositioned amongst itself. So the minute you start thinking, I'm going to shift and put my life in a different direction, the opposite thought to that also begins simultaneously. The minute you start working towards your goal, the opposition of your goal start working towards you. I'm going to say that again. The minute you get an idea to start working towards a goal, the opposition to cause you to miss that goal or to fail at that goal starts to work in the opposite direction, starts working towards you. You start working towards your goal, it starts working towards you. I'm going to say that again because this stuff is heavy. Once you get an idea, I'm going to go to college, the opposite of you're not going to go to college start coming towards you. I'm gonna go get. I'm gonna leave this 9 to 5 because I want to start my own business. You're gonna fail at starting your own business. It starts coming towards you. It's three-dimensional duality: sun, moon, up, down, left, right, right, left, back, front. You see what I'm saying? Male, female. You see what I'm saying? So we live in three-dimensional duality, and that duality is polarized. It's polar. Polar means a division. So you got red state, blue state. You got Bloods. You got Crips. You know what I'm saying? Every element has its opposing element, and it's not bad because it actually, again, it's what's called in science, they call it dynamic equilibrium. It's what calls balance, right? For your body, they call it homeostasis or homeostasis, however you want to pronounce it, in regards to your endocrine system, which keeps everything in balance, your blood pressure, your sugar, everything. The endocrine system is responsible. So I'm giving you a little bit of biology. I just can't help myself, right? A little bit of science, biology, everything. But it's just every day. So the point though I'm making is this though, folks. The minute you say to yourself, I am going to do this to better my life, the opposite force of whatever it is you just stated begins working towards you not getting that done. And now I can go into evolution. That's also selective pressures and natural selection. Natural selection works that way, right? So I gave you guys a little bit of evolution, a little bit of physics, science, a little bit of biology. We'll have some fun with it. But I am so exhausted. I'm a little tired, so I don't want to go too deep. I told myself I'm just going to do something real simple. So again, folks, the minute you start to increase, or the minute you get the idea to move up in life, and here's one more thing: the way the opposition is going to come towards you, it's not, what television has done, and cartoons, they really, really thwarted our psyche and really threw us off in terms of our third eye and being able to see the world for what it really is. Cartoons show you the devil with a horn and tails and a pitchfork, and they show you the ghouls and the goblins and the monsters, and every demonic entity that they draw is scary. It never in the real spiritual realm, the ethereal realm. Now I'm giving you some mysticism. In the ethereal realm, it's never like that. The opposition is going to come at you with everything you want. The opposition is going to come. I'm going to go back to school. The opposition is going to come at you. The opposition is for you not to go back to school, but it's not going to come at you with a sign saying, "Hey, I'm here to make sure you don't go back to school." The opposition is going to come in a way that's going to distract you from going back to school, and the only way it's going to distract you, there must be some allurement and or enticement. So that means the opposition that's going to come is going to be enticing, alluring, and seductive. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta understand that, and it's going to come at you in a way too that's benign, right? Harmless, innocuous. I think that's the right word. Innocuous meaning no harm, or something that's just seemingly harmless or whatever. Uh, if that y'all know, if y'all watch my videos, y'all know anytime I use a word, if I'm not, I gotta make sure I'm 100% correct. I know I'm correct, but this is, I guess there's some doubt there because I wouldn't be doing this if there wasn't. Innocuous. I like to make sure that I'm 100% right. I know I'm right, but I want confirmation. Where is it? Innocuous, right? Innocuous, not harmful or injurious, harmless. Innocuous, right? So I think I might have pronounced it wrong, though, right? Yeah, I think I might have pronounced it wrong. So it's innocuous, and that just means harmless. So it's going to come at you in a way that's innocuous, right? Harmless. It seems very benign, very alluring. It is. It doesn't hurt. Let's go out for a drink. Let's go do. It's going to be, and then it could come in forms too, in terms of form. Now that's nature. The nature could be innocuous, but the form, you got to watch for form. Form is very important. Form in terms of geometrics, like how it's shaped, how form. When I say form, meaning the vehicle it comes in. Form can be family. You know what I'm saying? The form it comes in can be family, right? Usually is. It's usually someone or something close to you, and that's what's going to be used to distract you and ultimately sabotage your plans. Sabotage, and that will end up sabotaging your whole damn life. You plan to go back to college so that you can get a better education. Your better education will lead to higher pay will lead to a better lifestyle will, right? You see what I'm saying? Domino effect or butterfly effect, right? This small change here would have affected several possible. Your whole outcome of your life would have been totally different, but you got distracted by this family member. And the reason why they use the force that comes against you simultaneously while you are making your plans to do this, it's simultaneously making a plan to cause you to fail. That you got to be mindful. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, but yeah, I guess like I said, the minute you decide to step up in life, the minute you decide to better yourself and to make something of yourself, watch how many opposing factors and forces come at you. And like I said, it's going to be friends. More importantly, it's going to be family members. Not just friends, it's going to be your family members. Those are the biggest haters you could find in the world. Your own home, your own house. I'll give you a Bible verse real quick because I gave you some science, biology, evolution. I'll give you a Bible verse. David said this in Psalms. Had it been a stranger, I would have understood the backstabbing. I'm paraphrasing. Had it been a stranger, some dude in the street, I would have took it a little easier. But it was a man of my own house, somebody that I broke bread with. You see what I'm saying? So the point I'm making is, folks, the minute you start to elevate your life, watch the people around you that are close to you, especially family members. I'm talking mothers, fathers, brothers. Trust. You can't trust nobody. It's sad to say it, but it's just the truth. Ignore that advice to your own destruction and peril. Peace.